everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Michael Huber.
Hello.
Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
And Brandon Jones.
Hello.
Michael Huber, what is your goal this week?
To talk about... to talk about Star Wars and Harry Potter.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Huber, I feel like I was a teacher who just called on a student who was not paying attention.
That happened a lot to me in school. Yeah.
Huber, what country are we talking about right now? Michael? Daniel Bloodworth, what is your goal?
My goal is to pick Huber's brain.
Ooh.
To draw out some piece of information that is unique to Huber knowledge.
Wow, that's
Locked
right. Good.
away.
Jones, what is your goal this week?
My goal is at some point to say, wow, unexpected.
Okay. All right. I hope my goal. I want to give you something. I want to give you something that's unexpected.
Oh, great.
I mean, that's not my goal.
Okay.
My goal is to respectfully retire my catchphrase. What a nightmare. Let's begin corrections music. Begin corrections music, please. Mark Laidlaw was the head writer of Half-Life 2, not just a writer in many of the Half-Life games.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Is that a big correction?
I think it gives perspective for sure.
Okay.
Like to say that, like, no, that he's the one that made the story that everyone was hanging on for.
I get that. It's just weird because like they just have like the equal credits,
Oh, sure.
you know.
Sure,
But
sure.
you're right. I should have known that chat comment.
Well, I mean, maybe you should have. Like, I wouldn't have known off the top of my head.
Many commenters also wanted to make it clear that it was a sufficient closure for them. We wondered, like, is this really gonna make anyone happy? Like, yeah, well, it made me happy.
Nope.
Oh, not for Huber.
Nope.
Not for everybody. Look,
You mean reading the thing wasn't good enough for closure, and if it had been made, it would be, or you just didn't like it?
If it was made, I need the product.
gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
In my hands.
But this was the best they could do. It's the best they could do.
Better than nothing.
While Sony isn't directly involved with the voice actor strike, Formosa Interactive is, and Sony uses them as a signatory. So when you know how like it was like, here's everybody we're striking against. Sony wasn't in there, but Formosa was, and so it wasn't quite correct for me to say Sony isn't. Yakuza Online, which is coming to 2018, is on mobile as well. So that's a free-to-play with item-based microtransactions, and it launches the new protagonist of the Yakuza franchise, hairy guy,
Old greasy dude.
old greasy dude. I don't think he's
Okay.
old. He doesn't look old. He looks younger than we do.
That's the thing, is like, they always say in the games, they always call Kazuma an old man.
Yeah.
But he's like 30-something.
That's, dude, yeah,
You know?
that's all anime. It's like once you're
Yeah.
28, you're an old man. It's
Yeah. He's older now, but still.
In organized crime, probably, yeah.
Like in Yakuza 1, they called him old man. We're on 6 now. Like, how old are you?
Ooh, we got a correction straight from Rick Hogue of Hogue Law.
Nice.
Uh-oh. On a roll.
Even better, it's a Damiani correction. Because Damiani made the argument that maybe Mark Laidlaw, it was okay for him to leak the story if he did it outside of the office on napkins. Here's the response. While Damiani is correct that use of company time, equipment, and office space is a factor in IP ownership, in general, IP created that is related to your employer's business or anticipated business will be your employer's, even if the employee creates it on their own time or their own cocktail napkins, etc. Get owned, Michael Damiani.
I hope Hogue wrote that, but
No.
Hogue
Hogue did not
write
Hogue did not write
Yeah,
it down.
no.
And actually, many in the comments suggested that Laidlaw's NDA was simply up, but I don't buy it. We need definitive evidence on that, because it's hard for me to imagine this NDA that's like, okay, and on this date, on this specific date, you can make a post, but you must change the names, and you must be very cute and call it fanfic. Like, I don't believe that is how specific the NDA was. Why change the names? Why do all those turnarounds?
There's so much we don't know. I mean, for all we know, he could have called up Gabe and been like, yo, can I just do this?
Huber, I buy that more than the NDA was up. I buy that more. Yeah, it makes more sense to me. But I did
Gabe
want
doesn't
to
care.
acknowledge that comment because it
Clearly not.
many times.
Yeah, it hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Sonic Forces is gonna be $40. I assumed it would. I assumed it was gonna be a $60 game a few episodes ago. We learned last week that it's a $40 game for sure. Crazy. That's an instant yes. That just went from I don't know to yep, I'm in. And finally, Sonic 3D Blast is the name of the Sonic 3D game.
Oh, that had the Vector and all those guys.
We played as no, that's Sonic Chaotix. Blood. Please don't. And correction music, please. No more Sonic correction. No more. No more. I know too much already.
I had like 5 unexpected opportunities just in corrections alone. I hope I didn't like exhaust them all.
Oh, for surprises?
I was just yeah.
Thank you, Jones. This one might surprise you. We have an update and a challenge. So it turns out Master Sifo-Dyas is not in Star Wars: The Clone Wars for Xbox 360. Please find a game he's in. Find a Sifo-Dyas.
There's no
and
way.
don't create a character.
Unless-
Yeah.
Don't create a character.
No.
Don't be
Unless
cute
he's
about this.
somehow in some weird Clone
Yes.
Wars or Rebels.
That's what I want.
Spin-off Game Boy game.
But we don't even know what he looks like.
To our audience, yes, exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
think
wasn't
he's
he in
the
an
series,
episode
right?
of the Clone Wars series?
Yeah, I think we get to see him in the Clone Wars
yeah.
series. Please let us know if Master Sifo-Dyas is in any video game, so we may celebrate that video game.
Yeah. We want to play.
We want to play. If he's playable, that's huge. That's a bonus. I'd love to play as Sifo-Dyas. I gotta know his story. I gotta know what went down. But let's get to news. You know my favorite way to start a podcast is a video game announcement. We all know that.
Yeah.
We have a strange one. We got a fringe case. We have No More Heroes. Travis Strikes Again.
Yeah.
Because this has basically already been announced.
Yes.
Right.
And so, Jones, we figured it out. It was Nintendo did have a staged event for the Switch in January of this year. It's hard to remember things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the
Wow,
beginning
it
of this
seems so
year.
much. It's not seem that long ago
Yeah.
that this thing happened. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it did. Weird.
And so, yeah, Suda51 came out on stage and said, Travis Touchdown is coming back. And they had the image. He had a shirt. And it actually said, Travis Strikes Again on his shirt. And so now we know that is the name of the game. That is the game we're playing.
Travis Strikes Again or Travis Strikes Back?
Travis Strikes
Strikes
Again.
Again.
Strikes Again.
And
Yeah.
Stranger Things font.
And it's the Stranger Things font.
That's right.
It's almost direct rip. I don't know if it's the exact same font, but
Do you think that's like some Kojima level thing going on there? Stranger Things nod?
I don't know if it's a nod so much as Suda51 saw a cool font and says, I want that.
Okay.
I think
Sure.
that's what it was.
Sure.
There's some interesting details that we learned at PAX. This game, Travis Touchdown of No More Heroes, takes place, I think, 7 years later. In this game, we're traveling through the worlds of 6 indie games.
Yeah.
The one that was mentioned, the one that wasn't demonstrated, but we saw it in the reveal trailer, is Hotline Miami. So Travis Touchdown will be in the world of Hotline Miami within this game and 5 other indie games. It'll still be a third-person action game. You still have your same beam sword, but you'll be in those worlds, and that's sort of the theme of the game.
So cool.
Yeah.
Too cool.
They did mention Shovel Knight at some point too, right?
Yeah.
They did mention Shovel Knight, but Shovel Knight will not be a world he travels to, unfortunately. It is much more likely it's just a shirt that he's going to wear.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because that would be so cool.
It's gotta be like a bonus mission.
Or maybe
I could see it being like
A bonus thing.
a beam sword skin, like.
Oh, it's a
around-
shovel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's a
The
cool
shovel.
idea. Yeah.
Well, I'd be
But that
down.
brings up an excellent point that like even if he's going to 6 worlds, he can still mention loads of games. They can still have references all over the place to different things.
Yeah.
Even like little Easter eggs, like go
And that-
nuts. Throw
and
the kitchen
Jones,
sink at that.
that was the
sucker.
weird thing is Suda's at PAX. He says, hey, indie devs, get at me. Well, we're
Yeah.
not done with the game yet.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
to me. And that
What
was
an
like that-
opportunity, man!
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure he's
cool.
getting inundated right now.
And he said so by the end of PAX, and just like, yeah, actually, I made a lot of connections this weekend.
Cool.
It's pretty good. I'm going to add a lot of stuff to the game. So the game's pretty early in development, clearly, but that's the concept. Blood, what do you think about that concept of visiting indie games in particular?
I think it's cool. I think it'll be interesting. I think Hotline Miami definitely fits the Travis Touchdown vibe, the No More Heroes
And
vibe.
I think it's a really good one to open with, for
yeah,
sure.
I think that there are already a lot of kind of things like that for the character with him being into anime and everything that this doesn't really feel like out of place to me.
Yeah.
Like I can see Travis Touchdown getting into all of this, getting to these different worlds and having a crazy time with the ultra violence of Hotline Miami for sure.
Yeah.
So it'd just be really interesting to see what the other games are going to be and how crazy different they will be. Because one thing about Hotline Miami 2 is it's not really like a Nintendo indie focused kind of game. Like, is that even on a Nintendo platform?
No.
Yeah, so that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's cool. It's very cool. Yeah. It's exciting to see him reach out. And for Nintendo, we'll cover this on Friend Code. Nintendo is embracing indies hard.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to see what they're doing. Yeah, as they should.
But, you know, we've heard a lot of these rumors about Sony just sort of like cutting off so much of their indie program and like not having them at E3 and all of that. So, and it makes sense for both parties to just be all in on indies because, you know, Switch doesn't have Evil Within 2 or Wolfenstein or Assassin's Creed. It doesn't have these games, but it can have all of these great indie games that don't need some super mega processor to run, and a lot of them are going to benefit from being able to take those games with you. So I think it really works really well. I do wish they didn't have the word Nindies.
I love Nindies.
You really?
I need the panel. Huber, Nindies or Indies?
Nindies.
Jones, Nindies or Indies?
Indies.
Okay, all right, we're split.
Right down the middle of the table.
I love it. It's a good way. I think like it's a good way to.
thing.
It's a branding. Yeah, it's its own thing.
It is a branding, which is good.
And because when you think of Shovel Knight, I think it's an indie, and Shovel Knight's obviously on many platforms, but because it's launching on Switch, that's an indie, baby.
Brand manager's way down with Nindies, but yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. I am. I always lean toward the suit. I lean toward branding. I love it.
But I think that's another important part about it too is like Shovel Knight coming first to Switch. SteamWorld Dig 2 coming first to Switch. That does a lot of goodwill for Nintendo's part.
Yeah.
And if they're not getting the love on other platforms and they feel like they're, you know, getting drowned out by all these other games and all these other, you know, small games that people, you know, are more interested in, then yeah, that's a place for them to shine.
And here's a strange thing, panel, is I think Travis Strikes Again almost does as much good as some AAA titles do for other platforms. I'd put it maybe, let's say, like a Quantum Break level.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's Suda 51. It's
It is Grasshopper. I should have mentioned that. It's Grasshopper's working on this. Yeah.
Legendary game creator, exclusive to the Switch. This is a big get.
Yeah. To wrap up this conversation, I want to have the fun conversation of what indie worlds you think he should travel to. Think of the indie games. Where do you want to see Travis Touchdown go? Since I have a pause, I got a list. You want to run through this list? What do you got, Jones?
Just thought of a horrible one. Well, one thing's worth saying is we're talking about, we keep using the terminology Travis Touchdown is exploring these worlds.
Yeah.
He's an assassin, right?
Yes.
So he's going to these worlds to kill someone, I'm assuming.
No. He's put in a challenge. He's like sucked into something bad happens with this cursed game console. He's sucked in. And this guy who wants to kill him is there too. I think his name's Bad Man.
Yeah.
Aw. Because that would be fun. Because then you'd think there's some reason why one of those, you know, your favorite hero from this indie
Jones.
game, it's like, time to take him down. Like, oh no. So like, it'd be fun to be kind of at odds with what he's doing and just like, oh, I actually like this game. I don't want you to run through it and destroy it. Like, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, what if it was like some like member of the Finch family that they didn't go into, and Edith Finch.
Edith Finch?
Then it like turns out that he took him out.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That's like the story, like, oh, I forgot. There's my cousin that Travis Touchdown jumped through a portal and decapitated.
How about like Hyper Light Drifter?
That actually was what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I think that works really well.
Super
But to see that in 3D, like that'd be fascinating.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
How about Cuphead?
Almost impossible.
Almost
to happen,
impossible,
but
yeah.
Microsoft is actually publishing that.
Yeah. How about No Man's Sky?
Oh wow.
I would love him to go into No Man's Sky.
That would be-
There's the aliens, but there's no like
It would be kind of hard to make that work, but yeah, it's funny.
a lot of strong characters in No Man's Sky.
Can I say any game?
Say how about and then say a game. Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah.
How about Streets of Rage? Please?
I think it would conflict with the idea of him supporting indies.
Right.
Like the idea of, but like, how about it, panel? How about Streets of Rage?
Come on.
I think it would work.
Oh,
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thematically, yeah, it's just
You got
not
some stuff.
It's just not an indie.
Yeah.
How about Undertale?
Undertale's
Ooh, that's
perfect.
good. Yeah.
Is it?
talk about like a clash of ideas.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
goodness. Oh my gosh.
And like you are rewarded if you strike no one with your beam sword as you're way through that. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be so good, Kyle. Undertale is great.
Do we have more how abouts?
Thimbleweed Park.
No, you have to say how about.
How about Thimbleweed Park?
Yes, Jones. Because you're right. The 2D ones are tricky in that you'll have to translate them into a 3D world. And so, I mean, there's a lot of work there. Hotline Miami, though, is a 2D game. And so, yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see what they put up with that. Kind of thing.
How about
Here we go.
Inside?
Ooh, yes.
Nobody talks in it. Like, nobody.
Yes.
They don't have faces. You know?
That's a good one.
It's freaky.
How about ukulele?
I was thinking that
Yes.
You did it.
Nice.
You did it.
so good.
Please.
Yeah.
Please, ukulele.
How about Friday the 13th?
Okay.
Travis
Yes.
v. Jason.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a stretch, but
And in
sure.
that section of the game, you can hop into other people's games. Like that's the online component.
Sure.
So like you could be Jason in that.
And like it drops games every now and then, and Travis is like upset about it.
Yeah.
You know, like it'll drop the game, and he's like, "Not again."
How about the Banner Saga?
Ooh, yes. Oh, he's dropped in like a pretty serious world with like great music.
the giant snake
That's fun. That's really, really fun.
Or
destroying the
just
earth.
on the road, you know, just going with like
big
a
old
big caravan.
sequence, and you're like cameras in front of you.
How about Nobi Boy? I would love it. I'd love it. Are we out of how abouts?
How about
I think I'm out.
Nidhogg 2?
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
that's a
Jones,
really
great.
good one. That's a
Yes,
really
that's
good
good.
one.
You just, but like you can't move in 3 dimensions. So like you
It's
just have to go
side-scrolling.
straight
It's
line
3D,
up
but
against.
it's just
Yeah.
side-scrolling with him. Like,
Yeah. It's good.
yeah.
That's good.
Cool. All right, that was a fun game.
That's fun.
How about we gotta?
Be fun if they got DLC. If they like had a couple like once the game was almost done, and like oh cool. We'll throw
Yeah,
that in
it
later.
is interesting. Like it sounds like they don't have anything solidified with this game. It's so weird that they're like it's gonna be 6.
How about Shenmue?
Yes.
It's indie.
Why not? It's
It's
indie.
indie.
It's indie.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Suda and Suzuki.
Yeah.
Collaboration.
Love on each other. Do
Let's
it.
go.
Yes.
That way Shenmue gets the love on the Switch.
Yeah. And I feel like
win-win.
Ryo's like against you
Yeah.
because he's a man of character,
For sure.
of virtue,
Yeah.
and so he wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Travis's sketch.
Yeah. What's the claw guy? What was like the nasty like?
I forget his name.
Yeah.
How about Scorn?
Yes.
Scorn.
Jones. Yes. It's good. It's not
mean,
bad.
Scoring won't be out before this
Who
game,
cares?
I don't think.
Who
but-
cares? We're just playing how about. We're just playing
There's
how
no
about.
wrong answers.
Yeah. Shenmue 3 won't be out.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know.
What?
I can see Shenmue being out before this. This seems to me like a 2019 game.
We have a more complete trailer for this game than Shenmue 3 has.
No, we don't.
Yes.
We have a full trailer now.
No, that trailer did
Teaser
not
one.
have facial animations.
So
It's
2018 is Shenmue 3 most likely, or if it slips again, 2019. I don't think it's gonna be later than 2019 for Shenmue 3. I think this is a 2019 game for sure. There's no way this is coming out next year.
I think it
Courting
could.
indie developers at PAX at the
I
end
know,
of
Hubert.
2017.
I know, dude.
Come on. There's no way this game comes out next year.
No, I think he
It'll be
probably
close.
I think
It'll
he
be
has
close.
the 6 locked. I think the courting of indies is either for like what we were saying for
The
DLC,
t-shirts and the weapons?
or for all this other cameo stuff for sure.
Okay.
It's kind of confusing in interviews, actually. I think some of the indie worlds might not actually be based off of games in particular, and they're like, it's a made-up indie game. It's very confusing, actually, to like try to like sift through the actual plans of the game. Huber, you want to make a bet?
Sure.
So I'll say Travis Strikes Again comes out first.
Okay.
And you say Shenmue 3 comes out first. Mm-hmm. The stakes of the bet are, if and when Travis Strikes Again comes out first, you must attempt to make an indie game.
What?
Yeah. So here's the
Wow.
thing. I'm not gonna
Unexpected.
I'm not gonna. Oh, Jones, please. So Hubert, I won't make you make any go into any program or anything. You have to just come up with a design document.
Okay.
You have to come up with a
okay.
concept, come up with a title,
Okay.
and come up with a plan of the game, how the game would play out, and you have to do a presentation of it live on a stream.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to stream
Always a stream, man.
because
Always
I'm
time.
giving the people what they want.
Hubert's doing a stream. He's going to do this presentation on a stream.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to stream a little known game that I love
Ooh.
called Alien Isolation.
Ooh. How long?
Till you see the alien.
Oh, that's such a good
okay,
bet.
okay.
That's a good bet. Okay. Lock it in. That's a good bet.
Okay.
Whichever of those two games comes out first. I'm sweating that one. I really have no idea.
I know you're sweating.
Eds Ortiz, get that on the tracker. That's gonna be a long wait.
Get that on the tracker. That could be another one like me and Damiani with Final Fantasy 15 and Last Guardian, where it just lasts years. I wanted to cover. We had an announcement from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds that the game has sold over 10 million copies, and we've talked about it a little bit on this podcast, mostly in love and respect. In regards to what kind of impact it'll have on future game design and things like that. But I wanted to spend some time talking about this game in particular because we haven't on this podcast.
I finally played it the other day for the first
You guys
time.
finally
know-
played
I
it for
don't
the
know
first
what
time.
I finally played it.
And sorry, John.
I don't know what I'm waiting for. I should just play it.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated. That
No,
is
I'm not
the beau-
intimidated. It's
No,
just, it's-
no, because of how
Yeah.
busy we are and
Yeah.
how much there is, Jones.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the appeal to this game is being able to hop in for one game at a time because a game can last anywhere from 5 minutes to 25 minutes.
But it has an established max. Because
Yeah.
of the way that the map
Exactly.
shrinks,
Yeah. Yes.
there's a limit to how long
Physically
it
cannot
actually
be
gets.
longer than a certain amount of
Totally.
time,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played my first game. I got 4 kills and I got 4th place.
Nice.
I was
Wow.
pumped.
Were you being
pumped.
strategic?
Yeah. It was, and I was playing Huber style. I was going in. I played at Brad's
Let's
house.
run me through it. Run me through
Yeah,
the entire
okay.
match.
It
It
Let's
was
do this.
so
Run me
fun.
through the entire match.
This game is hype. First of all, visually, it looks good enough. It looks good. I like the way this game looks.
What do you like about the way this game looks?
No offense to DayZ and stuff, but
And
sometimes,
Rust?
Yeah, they're just kind of grody.
I think this is a grody looking game.
I think the map I played is you're in the
it's the one map. There's only one map. in
yeah
whole
the
game.
map is there's color, there's green,
Okay.
there's mountains, it looks okay.
I think it's going for realism, especially with the character designs. Yeah.
It's got color variety, which I liked. It's not just an all gray game or something.
Okay. All right. But continue. Okay. You're dropped in.
So you start out all the players are right there. You do a countdown. Everyone is there. The first, of course, I do not make this up. Okay. My very first interaction with this game.
Yeah.
The very first thing someone said, I cannot repeat on this podcast because it's so.
Why is
offensive.
there's group chat?
In that area, I think, because everyone is huddled
Proximity
up.
chat?
It's like a proximity pre-lobby thing.
Oh, I've seen the pre-lobby. Okay.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
So you hear people on headsets
Yeah.
just yammering off?
Yammer, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Out of control.
All right.
Anyway, that was the only chat I heard in the game, so that was fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're in a plane, the game starts off, and you choose when to hit the eject button on this plane.
Right.
So
But you do know the drop zone, right? You know the zone where the circle will close in on.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I didn't really know, I knew that the map was shrinking, but I didn't know how to really read the map. I was like, wait, is this the safe zone? Is this the bad zone?
Okay.
Because there's little red areas that I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, I'm just going to avoid that. So I drop in, and this game is awesome because it's all right, where do I go? Where do I
Yeah.
go? House. I'm going there. I'm
How many
supplies.
people in a match?
50.
50 people all
Yeah.
trying to kill each other.
All trying to kill each other.
Yes.
There's 2 modes. There's every man for themselves, or there's co-op,
Yeah.
where it's you and a buddy.
Yep.
So I just go in solo. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the house. So I go in. I'm getting supplies.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good.
Did you find a gun?
What I really like too, and another reason this game is succeeding, is because the inventory and all of that stuff is very intuitive.
Great.
Okay? A lot of these PC games, a lot of these survival games, it's cumbersome. There's a steep learning curve. It's hard to you have to get rid of stacks of ammo because you're over encumbered. It's all very confusing. This is just all right, head item, boom. Gun, boom. Pants, boom. It's really easy, you know, my first game, and I knew exactly what I was doing. So it's like very welcoming in that sense. So I'm snooping around some houses, getting things, surviving. What's also really fun is it reminded me of poker tournaments.
Yes.
Which I like.
I get that, dude. I absolutely get that.
Poker tournaments are way different than a cash game. Mm-hmm. Poker tournaments are cool because you can just be sitting back, you know, folding some hands and playing it safe. Mm-hmm. People are dropping.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom.
That's a great analogy.
Like,
Yes.
this guy killed 47th place.
Yep.
This guy killed 46th place. So people are dropping, right?
You're betting too high.
And I'm feeling good. Oh my
Yep.
God, I'm surviving, you know, top 40, top 30.
So you've not killed anybody yet.
So I
You're
haven't
top
killed-
30, haven't killed a soul.
I think it was like top 30 something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I get into another house.
Yeah.
And I go into the bathroom and I find a shotgun.
Yes.
So now I'm
we
feeling
go.
really good.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like camping in like a bathroom, and I just hear. I'm like, Brad,
Because you're wearing like headphones or
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
speakers?
Yeah, you
Headphones.
got him.
headphones, and I'm like, Brad, dude, someone's here, man. Someone's coming. So I'm
Uh-huh.
like freaking out. Guy opens the door. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like,
So you went in the bathroom and closed the door?
yeah. You can close doors, which is key because
Yeah.
when you come up to houses and the
Yeah.
doors are open, you're like, somebody's been here.
Yeah.
So I shut the door. So I know he's coming. He opens the door. We have a shootout. He's down. Another guy comes in.
Oh.
Boom. Get him. 2 kills.
Because that guy thought he could clean up.
Yeah.
The second guy.
He came
Yeah.
in. Exactly. He
Yeah,
came
yeah.
in trying to clean up. What I also like too is you can take a couple hits. It's not like one shot, you're down.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if you have some armor, you can survive a little bit.
Did you loot their bodies?
Looted their bodies,
Nice.
stuck with the shotgun.
Okay.
Also had a rifle, I think, too, for long range, because what's great is there's close proximity stuff in houses, but then long range, like hills and valleys, and the map is shrinking.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I love about this game is when the map shrinks, it forces you to move. You cannot just camp. You
Yeah.
have to run over the hills and make yourself vulnerable. Like when the map started shrinking, it's like, okay, get to that zone. You're running out of time.
It drains your life.
Yeah.
It's basically when the circle closes, it starts draining your life rapidly.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. And
Yeah.
I'm just like sprinting across the grass,
Mm-hmm.
totally vulnerable. I'm like, please don't see me, please don't see me. So I see another guy in a field, I kill him. I have like one
While
more-
you're running with the circle closing?
Yes.
Whoa.
He was there too running. I get him.
Uh-huh.
We got to another like factory area, killed a guy like with a machine gun or whatever. So I got like 4 kills. We're down to like 20 people, down to 10 people. I'm like, dude, top
And you're
10.
hiding in the factory still?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, this game's insane. So then it closes again. And it's like, all right, this is going to be the small area on the bottom. And I see that there's a little sliver there, because there's like this little island type area on the bottom of the map. So I get a boat. And I take the boat and I go around the back way.
Cool.
All the way to the back. I drop the boat off. I jump out of the boat and I start swimming to like this little patch of safety. So then I get in the little patch of safety and
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
on basically a beach.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the last stand.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but it was.
Yeah.
People are dropping. It's like top 5.
You hearing gunshots?
Hearing gunshots. People are dropping. I'm freaking out because I panic in high pressure situations.
Yeah.
And then it's like the map I think shrunk one more time and I had to run into the safe area and then I started getting hit like pop, pop, and I'm like where are I? Dead.
Yeah.
4th place.
4th place
That
though.
was it. And it was so fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like that was it.
Yep.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna go have like lunch or something. One game felt so meaty and rewarding, like especially in today's of 2017, where every game is 30, 40, 50 hours. These
Right.
long-term commitments. This is such a beautiful game to pick up for short, controlled bursts.
Huber, I'm so grateful for that story. We don't do a lot of game stories on this podcast, but I think it's really good for illustrating what is special about this game.
Yeah.
And so I want to get back to its 10 million.
10 million.
10 million.
And on Twitch, when I was playing,
Yep.
that was the reason I played. I'm like, all right, it's time. I'm jumping. It's time. It was
It's doing-
number 1
it's
game.
huge on Twitch.
It was number 1 at
yeah.
that moment.
It's number 1 on Twitch. It's
Yeah.
number 1 on Steam. This game only came out in March, by the way, of this year. And it's $30. It's Steam Early Access. It's still an early access game. But yeah, it's reached these heights in that amount of time.
Crazy.
And yeah, Huber, thank you for illustrating why it's special. I'm curious, Blood or Jones, if you have any more impressions of why this game in particular has seen the success.
I think that it's very clearly it's a fun game to watch. And so because people have been streaming it, it just gets that natural momentum. You know, the stories like Huber's, people see that, they hear that story that sounds great, they want to hop in, they pick it up, they do the same thing, they stream, more people see it. It just seems to be like this just crazy chain of of just word of mouth, more or less.
Jones, do you think it'll stick? Do you think this will be a legendary game?
Yes.
Why?
One of the things that I've noticed about this game that I think contributes to its popularity is that getting chicken dinner, getting first place, is hard and rare, but not impossible. That, like, if you're committed to this game and you have played it a lot this year, you've probably gotten it. Like, you've probably had, and like, I think it's a little mix of skill, experience, getting to know the map, understanding player behavior, and just that little dash of luck. Just that little
Poker tournaments.
It's in those
tournament.
moments where you're out in the field running, like you just happen to be in a spot where everyone's busy with other people and they didn't see you. And so it's neat seeing. I think I've seen like 500 people in my Twitter feed just at different moments be like, I did it, and it's kind of like getting a hole-in-one in a golfing game or a home run in a baseball game where you're just like, that made this whole gaming experience great for me. That, like, even if I never get to that point, even if I never win, I just imagine like playing a fighting game and you're like, there's no way I'm going to win a tournament in Tekken 7. Like, I like watching other people play, but like, I'm certainly not going to ever get first place.
But you feel like
the
you got a
competition
shot.
is just so huge.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like a kind of game that, like, even if there's the absolute best player at Battlegrounds out there, whoever that is, he or she has probably gotten owned billions of times in that game because it's that type of it's that type of just chaotic experience.
Open a door, someone's there just waiting.
Yeah.
With 50 people, yeah. You know what?
What's huge too, and should not be understated,
Yeah.
is the co-op mode.
Okay.
That is huge and welcoming to an entirely other group of people. Because like StarCraft 2, one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time, I rarely played 1v1 because it's just so intimidating and so intense and such a different beast than being able to play 2-on-2 with a friend.
Yeah.
And just playing with him, and it more becoming of like, hey, what like crazy cool combo do you want to do? Like, it became more about me and him hanging out than I gotta beat this guy. I gotta do everything I can to min-max and win.
Different vibes.
It's a completely different game and vibe, and I think having both of those now, even in early access, is huge.
I drive, you shoot.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Blood, lastly, I want to talk about the disconnect, I think, with traditional games media and this hugest game of the year. Do you know? I waited too long to talk about this game.
Sure.
I think that
Can't say no to 10 million.
Yeah, exactly. And at E3, I don't think it received the huge attention that other games at E3 do. And I think it's just a different kind of game, right?
To be fair, to stop you for 1 sec. Also, 2017, games come out and then are just on to the next.
Yeah.
Like, I expected this game to die.
Right.
Flash in the pan. It feels like so many games are, even way higher budget games than this.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going.
Yeah. But so does League of Legends, so does Dota, so does Counter-Strike Go. These are hugely popular games that we don't find ourselves frequently talking about on podcasts. And I want to talk about that disconnect, Blood. I want to talk about why that is, if they're just completely different audiences, or if we're just tuned to a different kind of set of video games. Do you know?
I definitely think there's a bit of what you're saying, that like, these kind of ongoing things where the bullet points of what's changing and what's going on are either very granular or they're very focused on specific players and what those players are doing in those stories. But I think also in terms of PUBG and specifically, is like you said, it is an early access. It is, just another one of those survival games. And so until that word of mouth started hitting and people started like really getting the buzz, it was hard to see what makes this different than all these other games that look just like it. And so I think it's just one of those things where people have been chipping away at this kind of concept, and there's been that faction of people that have been interested in it, wanting to get into it, and the offerings have just always sort of fallen short or never felt like they really got complete. And this one is just like you were saying, it's just like right out the gate. You jump in, you have a great match, you feel like everything you want out of this is there, and like yes, it can be improved, but all the essentials of great game design are all like
the inventory
in the middle of
first
that.
and foremost. It's just so easy. You go into a room, you don't even have to like. It doesn't tell you how to play. Doesn't tell you anything. You just jump in.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
House, sure, go there. Walk in a room. There's stuff just on the ground. I'm like, all right, pick it up.
Yeah.
And then it just everything falls into place.
Yeah. I've never had it better explained than in this conversation just now. I totally get it now, and I think that's really interesting.
Poker tournament.
Yeah, the poker tournament. Yeah, and it just, as John says, like lots of people like to go to Vegas for the World Series of Poker. Just like, I could do it though.
Yeah.
If I get the right hands, I could
Chicken
do it.
dinner.
Yeah, and I think that's totally.
I also
yeah.
think it's the type of game that doesn't need to be explained. Like this game doesn't need us. Like
Yes,
this game does not
sure.
need the support of the Easy Allies podcast to be successful or understood by anyone.
Yeah.
You just need to get it and play it, or don't and play something else. You know, it's
Sure.
like, to contrast it to the Suda announcement, you know, it's like we have this announcement, we can kind of think based on his experience and maybe some of the games that we are rumored to be partnered with, kind of we can piece together what this game might be.
Yeah.
So we're relying on like experiences that we've had,
Interviews,
understanding of post games that we've played,
Yeah.
and kind of trying to put the whole thing together where it's like you just play one match of this game and that's it. There it is.
Right.
Like you know the magic, you understand why it's special. And so, like, what kind of clowns are we to just be like, well, what's really happening here is, you know,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Let me pick your brain, Huber. You went down to Daybreak and played H1Z1
Yeah.
Just Survive, and I tried to watch that stream, and I'm like, is anything actually happening right now?
And that's the thing is H1Z1 is somewhat overwhelming, you know?
Okay.
And they're going for maybe like more hardcore. And I know the creator of PUBG also worked on H1Z1, so there is a connection there.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with H1Z1 Just Survive that's different is one, there's zombies, and two, they're going for base building, attack and defend. So it's like a giant persistent map that you group together with clan members and build a fortress and defend it and attack other people's fortresses. So there's just
but like, how long would that process take, or is it just constantly ongoing?
it's ongoing, so it's seasons.
And I think that's the weakness compared to PUBG. Because
Yeah.
I think that what Huber's talking about, you get
Just drop
in
in.
and you play for
yeah,
20,
sure.
30 minutes, and it's it. That's the whole story. And then, okay, start fresh. You're not limited by this other team has this huge stockpile of resources that you can't
especially
really
if you have a bad experience.
Yeah.
You know, that it'll be over soon. You'll get another shot soon to go in and.
And you don't have to wait around. When I died at 4th place, you're out. Bye.
Oh, neat.
You're done.
Okay, just-
You,
Oh,
there's
you
the
hop
match.
in.
You don't have to wait around
That's
for the
cool.
match to end to get your end of game bonus or anything.
Cool.
You don't have to spectate. It's like you're done, you're dead, move on, play again.
So I got a quick dumb question about H1Z1. H1Z1 King of the Hill
Yeah.
is a different game?
Yes.
Okay.
There's King of the Hill and Just Survive.
So King of the Hill is still really huge on Twitch. King of the Hill is like a very popular game too. And so they're making a completely separate game beside that. Does buying H1Z1 give you both, or is they like, this is a different game, you got to buy this one too?
I think it does.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you get both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it might be one of those early access things where if you bought it, you get both.
Got
but
it.
Eventually, it's gonna split, and you can buy one or the other.
Y'all hear that? It sounds like it's podcast halftime.
Wow. Unexpected. The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of September. Hogue Law Business Law Firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours and is proud to support the Allies. Check him out at www.hoaglaw.com. Elphanis. iKeyless. Need a new car key or remote? iKeyless.com has been in the key replacement business since 2002. Check them out today and they can help save you up to 75% off of the dealership's prices. If you type in offer code EASY-A at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your order. Iron Harvest, a real-time strategy game for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, currently in development at King Art Games. Join their community and help them bring the alternate reality of 1920 plus to life. Jojo Dent Co., your friendly automotive dent repair expert. If you're currently an EZA patron and are in the Denver metropolitan area, tweet @FastMower if you'd like to have your minor door dings repaired free of charge. Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure developed by Ebb Software, set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information or check out their brand new Kickstarter. Mango. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
The Scorn trailer is out.
The Scorn trailer is out.
Check it out.
Oh, you saw a little. If you're watching the podcast,
Okay, you got a little.
you not
peek.
only saw the brand new Scorn trailer there, but Iron Harvest also had a trailer in
Nice.
August. So
Yeah.
got a little taste of the gameplay there as well. They sent us some gorgeous screenshots, but now we got beautiful video.
If you're a listener, Google those. Check
them.
those out.
Yeah.
Real quick, when
Yeah.
Blood was talking about H1Z1, like the big clan conglomerates taking over, like, resources and everything.
Yeah.
What's cool is the dynamic of like a Fame the Blood Hag being this lone wolf in that world, and because you can make like small bases, so,
I
like,
can be a little hermit.
you can be a little hermit and just like take a little shack like up in the corner
Yeah.
and like other clans will attack each other, so you can be this third party coming in.
Oh,
So there are like really cool dynamics in that sense. that,
Okay, cool.
Whereas PlayerUnknown is,
I would
focused.
absolutely be a hermit, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I know he would.
Also, 2 wide open spots for sponsorship for the Easy Allies podcast for the month of September. If you jump in now, you will be for the month of October.
And we'll give you like an extra October week for free.
You won't be
We'll
charged
we'll
until the beginning of
tack
October.
that
But
onto October. Cool.
if you want to jump in now, we would greatly appreciate it.
Cool. Before we started the podcast, Huber was lamenting that on the news weeks where Huber-esque news gets announced, he doesn't get to be on.
That's true, yeah.
We had all those Yakuza announcements last
Never
week, Huber.
here.
So I've tacked on, you know what, I'm not sure on a normal week I would include this stuff.
What do you got for me?
Some Resident Evil DLC announcements.
Yes.
So Resident Evil 7, it was announced a long time ago that it would have free DLC. And it wasn't, when the game was first announced, when we first played through the game, we didn't know what that free DLC was for a reason.
Yeah.
Because after the credits, they show you what that free DLC is going to be.
Yes. They do.
Do we say what, Huber, is it a spoiler to say what that is?
I mean, we kind of have to.
It is in the press release.
It's a press release, it's on the image.
It's out there.
Yes.
It's been a long time. Give people, though, 5 seconds
to burn this tape.
to burn this tape.
Burn this tape.
Mission Impossible style.
Yes.
You've got 5 seconds.
Because there is
starting
a
now.
very specific reason
4.
why they would keep this a secret.
3, 2,
You have time,
1,
and you've burned it.
0.
Not a Hero was the announced DLC. Free, and you will play as Chris Redfield.
Wow, unexpected.
Jones.
In first person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First person.
Yeah.
Chris Red.
So that was pretty cool. And what, I don't have to go into anything else. It's just kind of interesting that you get to play as Chris Redfield in this DLC.
Yeah.
That was delayed indefinitely earlier this year, saying we want to make it good, I
Yeah.
think was the official
They
announcement,
weren't
right?
happy with it.
We're not happy with it. We want to make this good.
Yeah.
And it turns out, I think the behind the scenes was that it was outsourced originally, and then they're like, no, we're doing this internally at Capcom. We're going to make this very good. So here's what's been announced. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition will be released on December 12th of this year for PlayStation 4, PC, Xbox One. It will include the banned footage Volume 1, banned footage Volume 2, which I think both are already out, right?
Yes, they're great. I streamed those. Check them out. Easy Allies Plays.
Not a Hero will be included, of course, whatever. That's
Yep.
free for everybody. But a new announcement, End of Zoe. Huber, what does that
Yes.
even mean? What is End of Zoe?
This is huge.
Whoa.
Jones's eyes lit up.
This is out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Jones. And I read that this is a $15 thing. So this is I think a substantial piece of content. And full spoilers for Resident Evil,
Yeah.
Again, you have 3 seconds.
No, actually don't spoil an ending.
we're-
Don't
we're-
spoil an
okay.
ending. Don't spoil an ending. Don't spoil an ending.
Okay.
But we can say it's significant. It's
It
significant
is
to see what
significant.
happens with this character.
Exactly,
You can say that
yes.
without spoiling an ending. Absolutely.
Yes. So you get to see some other perspectives
Yeah.
within the Resident Evil 7 story. Again, which is out of nowhere, and I saw this. I was very excited.
Yeah.
And RE7 plays with multiple perspectives already well. They do a good job of that in the game.
Totally.
So it's something we know they can handle, and something where you can explore that world as someone that's not the central character.
And I think it's funny to carry the gold edition torch for the Resident Evil series.
Yep. Yep.
Not a lot of
I
other
remember
franchises
5
do that.
had it.
Yep.
Did 6 have a gold
I
edition?
don't know. 5
know 5
definitely.
had
I
it.
remember that box art.
All right, I'm gonna hand out the prove it ticket. Who's got a phone ready to do this? Jones. All right, Jones.
should know
Take that
this.
prove it ticket. Is there such thing as a Resident Evil 6 gold edition? So yeah, he writes.
Definitely not a 4.
Yeah.
I don't remember a 4 gold.
I just remember 5 gold edition.
5 for
It was-
sure.
It was so specific.
Maybe because it's Chris, they're bringing it back.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was cool. That was kind of cool announcement. Cool to see it back. Cool to see them give it a date. And well, I wonder if that's the only Resident Evil news we'll get within the next few months.
Well, it's really important too for Game of the Year discussions. I don't want to be political or
Get
anything or
political.
weird.
Get
No,
political.
I mean, when you come out, they've bookended it nicely.
Yes.
They started the year, and I was worried, not for Easy Allies, but just in general, I was worried that the Resident Evil 7 was going to be forgotten near the end of the year.
Yeah. It happens in movies too.
It happens with movies.
There's award season.
There's an
Yeah.
Oscar season.
Yeah.
So coming out with the gold edition and 2 huge pieces of DLC right at the end of the year to remind everyone that Resident Evil 7 is a game that came out this year, I think is really big.
Yeah. Blood, do you think there's anything to that? Do you think coming out at the end of the year sways people voting on GOTYs? Do you think that's an actual thing?
Probably not by a huge degree, but I think that there are a lot of outlets that kind of do use that little Christmas break to put together their final thoughts. But at the same time, there are places like we did last year and like GT did, that all that stuff's done before December 12th.
Yeah. Did Easy Allies vote for Last Guardian because it came out in December?
Not me.
Not me.
But I think there are definitely people. I think there are definitely people that hadn't played it yet who would have had an opinion either way, that would have fought either more for it or more against it.
Sure. Yeah. It's a funny argument to make. You know what I mean? Because I think it's inconsequential. To people who buy video games, they don't care who wins GOTY, I think.
Yeah,
but it's such a fun thing to always talk about. Oh,
Resident Evil 7, if
publishers?
this gets Game of the Year,
oh yeah.
like Resident Evil's
so stoked.
back.
Jones, what did you learn?
There was a Resident Evil 6 anthology that had a bunch of the old games with it, but
No
not
gold.
a gold edition.
Okay.
And I found I didn't find anything about that, so I might not have dug deep enough, but I did find a lot of threads asking like, "Where's the gold edition?" And people were like, I don't know.
I like that. They brought back the gold.
Yeah.
Very nice. It is-
Also, the
Oh.
Not a Hero DLC is confirmed to take place after Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
So
Hubert, do you think the Horizon DLC and the Zelda DLC will keep those 2 games fresh in mind? It's the same way.
yes, those are 2 other great examples of games coming around on the back end, award season.
Yeah.
Just and we've brought this up at Game of the Year, Game Awards. It's what that game did during the entire year, whether it's multiplayer games being patched or when you look at Horizon, it's gonna be that and the expansion all encompassing. Same with Resident Evil 7. So you look at the whole package of that game in that year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that's just the way that works now. Sorry, we got onto this discussion. I didn't want to belabor it too much. What about PUBG? We're talking about GOTYs.
Oh, I think it'll get in some spots.
absolutely,
Yeah?
I think it's impact. I think it's
I think one thing that could keep it is a technicality of it not being finished.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
The early access.
Is it going to come out of that this year? Do they say anything? Or?
They have not. Again,
It's coming to
they're doing the smart thing.
Does the Xbox One version have a launch date?
The Xbox One as well is early access.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have early access games. I think they call it something like preview or something like that. But yeah, it is also early access on Xbox One.
Because it's tough. Because it's like, I'm sure a lot of people that are playing it now that are obsessed with it. It's the only game I played. It's the only game I need. Why wouldn't you give it credit this year? And what if we did? And then next year it finally launches. They have a big launch and there's a big deal and they add all this content. And then it's the end of 2018 and people are like, pub. And we're like, we did it last year. And they're like, well, no, but it launched this year. It's like, we're not doing it twice. So you do have to wait until that final it's out.
I'm cool
Official
with that.
release.
I'm
I
totally
agree.
cool with waiting for official release.
I agree.
You just played Ark Survival
Just
Evolved.
played Ark Survival Evolved,
Just
which
came out somehow.
I played the first time on PC at game trailers.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
put
that
that in
game
perspective.
feels like it's been out for 5 years.
yeah, and like launched many times. Had many like named up content updates to an early access game. Yeah, there's many ways to do early access.
It's interesting. There's ways to make games worse too. In the things that you add, you can overcomplicate a thing.
Yeah, can maybe make a game worse. Or,
Yeah.
No, the DLC wasn't very great.
Right. Yeah, if that Zelda DLC sucks, bye, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a bad game now.
No.
It's now time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
I would like to play a game with you all. This one comes to us from Ryan Bonici.
Let's play.
The game is called Color Splash. The following game cartridges were different colors than the normal grays we were used to. Identify the correct color for each game. Multiple choices available. Bonus points for blurting out the right answer.
Blurting
beforehand.
out.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some
Excellent.
blurting out.
Yeah.
Yeah. if you
I'm
blur
already
them out-
thinking of some.
Blurt. I have one that I hope is on there.
Okay.
I've got a couple I hope on.
All right, we'll see if we get there. Okay, our first game, SNES Doom. No blurts. Okay, here we go. Our multiple choices are
Black.
black, red, and gold. I'll tell you already, Huber was incorrect. So it's between red and gold.
It's red.
Oh yeah, red. I'll go with red.
Yeah, it's a point for blood. And
I don't remember seeing a
Jones.
red Doom cart though.
This says negative points for blurting out wrong ones. I'm going with it. That's too funny. Here we go. I didn't know. We got negative one. What? Okay, you didn't know before. You didn't know before. All right. Okay. Any more blurting out the wrong one, you get penalized.
Fair enough.
So excited.
I would say you got penalized there by reducing it to 2 for these two anyway. So yeah, you already got your penalty. N64 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Blue.
Blue, yellow, or green?
Blue.
Blue.
You know what? I think we should just give it to Jones for blurting
That
it.
was the blur. Yeah.
No,
You
I
blurted.
get double. They get one.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jones, you get double.
Because they trusted me. But
Yep. And Huber, you're on the
oh,
board.
that feels good because I have no connection to that franchise.
How'd you know it was blue, dude?
I could just see it in
Yeah,
my
you
head.
just
you
see
know?
it.
That's so fun. Like, how cool is that? Tony
Yeah.
Hawk's Pro Skater being blue.
That's cool.
This is a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Boktai, the sun is in your hand.
Transparent.
Blue, black, or clear?
Clear.
Oh, clear. Sure.
Yeah, that's 2 for blood.
I have that game, so it's real easy to remember that crazy cart.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you can actually see the solar sensor inside of the cartridge.
Oh,
right,
cool.
if you play outside, which is so dumb for a Game Boy Advance game because that screen sucked in the sunlight, but yeah, it was cool. What do you get if you play in the sunlight? Just like more
You
power?
have to play in the sunlight.
You have to?
Yeah, that's how you charge your gun.
Oh, come on.
That's a good
My
lesson.
reference is Metal Gear Solid 4. Sunlight!
Yeah.
Did you not lock that
That
weapon?
that's the Boktai thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Kojima.
Yep.
Kojima loving Kojima.
I liked the wind gun.
Yes, dude.
That one's wrong.
Another Nintendo 64 cartridge. Earthworm Jim 3D. Choices are yellow, blue, or red. Jones.
Blue.
Bloodworth.
Blue.
Huber.
Blue.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I was
that.
gonna
I
say
don't remember that being
yellow.
colored.
Why'd you all three land? I guess because he's got blue. He's got the blue suspenders. The little
None
cross
of those really
suspenders.
seem
I
like
just-
from gym
yeah.
colors.
There are very few that I remember being yellow.
I think,
so.
yeah, he's got blue trim on his suit, I think.
Do we want another Earthworm
yes,
Jim?
yes.
Good. Me too.
Yes.
Do you want it to be 3D?
No.
No.
Oh my god! In this Sonic post Sonic
Yeah,
Mania
yeah,
universe we live in, give it the Mania treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want a animated teaser trailer though. When it comes out, I want like a full-on animated thing.
Yeah, we just need good level design.
But
That's
if it had like Rayman vibes, like if it was,
I mean,
an action version of that type of animation, like
we've talked about Earthworm Jim. I do not care for that game.
Well,
Loved the animated series.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that game has a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
It has extremely frustrating level design.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
For sure.
hard to figure out what you can grab onto and where you're going.
Yeah.
Everything looks dumb and wacky. Yeah, I don't know.
Some cool environments.
Okay.
I really, I mean, I appreciated the character designs and,
Yeah.
and environments and all the art that was in there. But
Really cool action
Earthworm
figures too.
Jim has multiple Doc Brown spider monsters.
Does it?
Yeah.
it had a lot
You
of
get like
variety too.
the cool race levels.
Yeah.
Those are so fun. You pick up the little orbs and go
Speaking of
faster.
Sonic, yeah.
And just like whipping
It really
yourself
just came down to control and frustration. That's where it killed it. But people overlooked it because it was such a cool looking game.
People overlooked it because it was cool.
overlooked the problems.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Thank you. We have an NES cart. Bible Adventures. Baby blue, black, or clear?
Baby Blue.
Bloodworth.
Baby Blue.
Black.
There are two correct answers. Baby
Whoa.
blue and black.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
a point for everybody. I like
wow.
that. That's fun.
Black is kind of like those Tengen carts too, right?
Yeah, I think Bible Adventures was not an official cart.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
It was definitely not.
I think that's kind of funny. It was like totally like a bootleg
That's
game.
Angry Video Game Nerd classic.
Bible
Go
Adventures.
back. Oh yeah.
We have another N64 cart. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Whoa.
N64.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. This must be late N64. Red, green, or black? Bloodworth, you first on this one.
Green.
Jones?
I like green.
Green.
Go green.
Stop that. It's black. It's black.
Okay.
When you all three go for the same one, it's so
Yeah, it's
funny.
hard to go against
yeah.
blood. He sounds so certain, you know? It's like,
Oh, I think this is the easiest one. I shouldn't have even said that. All right, here we go. Another N64 cart. Pokemon Stadium 2.
Oh, that's gold and silver.
Half red, half blue. Half red, half white. Half gold, half silver.
Gold, silver.
gold, silver,
Yeah,
blood.
it's 2 for
order.
blood. Blood, did you have that
He
cart?
I have
blurted
that
it
card.
out. So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
You played that game?
Yeah.
You get blood 2 for that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Bloodworth, where did you work before Game Trailers?
Planet GameCube.
Okay.
I just feel
Well,
like
G4 before that, but
G4. Blood and G4. I don't know. This is a timeline.
Planet
I don't-
GameCube? So it was like Nintendo focused?
yeah, it's Nintendo World Report now.
What is this?
but yeah.
What?
Unfair advantage.
You could have bought that game.
What?
You could have bought that
I'm
game.
pretty
kidding.
sure I had
kidding.
that game before
I just like
Nintendo World Report.
Blood, what
I
is
just
your
like
favorite
Blood-
Pokemon? We
Bloodborne.
never talk Pokemon with you. What is your favorite Pokemon?
I mean, the most time I put in was with Silver. So that was the time. You know, like
Yeah.
that, I had the transfer pack and everything.
What was
for
your
that.
favorite Pokemon?
Oh, for like the actual
Like
creature.
Yes.
off the top of my head, I don't know. Like,
What?
I don't know.
You gotta know.
What?
Whoa. Who's your starter? Jones, is yours Growlithe?
Trainer
I don't
Jones.
actually
I
know
went
your
with that. I
favorite.
went the owl with the new one, but that I never got off that far into.
Rowlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jones, who's your favorite?
Probably Charizard.
Oh,
Really,
yeah, that's a good pick. It's
I have
very
like
standard.
7.
Very uncreative, but it's right.
Who's the basic ghost guy? He evolves into Gengar, but it's Ghastly. Ghastly's
Yeah.
probably my behind that. Just style wise. But
Yeah,
that's the thing,
yeah,
is like
yeah.
I wouldn't play with them, so it's hard to say like, well, if he's not at my party, is it really my
Dang,
favorite?
remember when he turned into Haunter and you were so stoked?
was
Like,
like,
oh, I can't remember
yes,
what he goes from
yeah.
here. And people love Gengar. Do you love Gengar?
Yeah.
Love
Oh, okay.
Gengar,
Okay.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Too many good Pokemon.
I do kind of like the big ones, like the Gyarados and Onix.
Yeah. You
Like,
got that red
especially-
Gyarados? Remember that guy?
What's that?
Remember that red Gyarados?
Which one was?
Okay. So,
memories.
Give him a
This
break.
black and white game,
I don't
man.
remember red.
how do you forget a red Gyarados? How do you forget it?
I don't know, man. Collecting 700 of these things.
The way I played Silver was super weird because I think I put 300 hours into Silver and I never beat the game.
Oh,
Wow.
I was just like running around collecting
Did
Pokemon.
you put 300 hours
I
into
did not.
Silver?
I did not put 300 into
But
Silver.
that's when I was riding. That's when I was riding the bus back and forth across LA, and so it was just like I would play Pokemon on the bus for like hours on end, and then I would come home and then stick it in the Super Game Boy and keep playing it at home.
Bloodlord, dude, I'm loving
Yeah,
this
and then
right now.
transferring them into Pokemon Stadium 2 with his silver and gold cart.
And then playing that that Scyther log cutting minigame, man.
Scyther.
Yeah.
Scyther's weak.
Scyther doesn't. Scyther is like Scyther. That's what Scyther sounds like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Get out of here, Scyther.
Scyther's cool. We have another N64 cartridge, Rayman 2.
Whoa.
Is it yellow, green, or blue?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Blue?
It's green.
Yeah.
Were these like limited editions? I really like
Yes,
did
yes,
not
yes.
think there were this many colored cards.
Yeah, this is fun. I
Still
really
haven't gotten to
like
the one I
this.
want though.
Yeah. All right.
Surprise, might not be on there.
We have two more.
Okay.
Huber, you're basically out at this point, but I think Jones has a chance. Or
All right.
yeah, you're close. All right, hold on. Let me actually do the math here because we might have some drama here.
Drama.
Jones, you're at 6. Oh yeah, Bloodworth, you're at 6, and Huber, you're at 4. You could actually tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gone.
All right. Game Boy cartridge. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Clear, gold, or red?
Red.
Red.
Clear.
The answer is clear.
Damn. I don't eat weird. Was that like a special version of it?
No, that's just the colors they were.
Yeah.
Weird.
I never played Oracle.
Well, here's the thing,
Seasons.
is
I can
like-
visualize those cartridges. I remember somebody bringing them into work, and like they weren't special colors at all. I don't think.
Here's what's weird about that is, I think this was Game Boy Color only, wasn't it? It kind of conflicts with the entirety of this game because all Game Boy Color only games are clear.
Yes.
So I wonder if this is truly special or not. I wonder.
Right. Yeah. I think that it's not unusual.
Yeah.
It's not unusual.
To be clear, on a Game Boy Color. Okay, final cartridge. Super Nintendo cartridge. Killer Instinct.
Black.
Black. It's totally black.
Is it metallic chrome, black, or clear?
Black.
Metallic chrome.
The only way to win, right? It is black, and so Daniel Bloodworth wins the cartridge game. I'm curious what you had. What did you want to hear?
Maximum Carnage,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, that
Oh, that's
Red,
red, right?
Carnage.
That's a good
blood
red.
red
one.
Maximum Carnage on the Super Nintendo.
Donkey Kong 64 is
Yep,
yellow.
the yellow one.
There's
of course,
also
the Gold Ocarina of Time.
I'm pretty sure like Battle Tanks 2 was red.
Yeah.
the original Zelda Gold.
Yeah.
Zelda Gold.
Zelda was gold for a long time.
It's hard to explain how special these cartridges felt.
Oh,
Right.
Turok 2 Seeds of Evil is black.
Yes.
Oh, that's hardcore.
Yes.
That's hardcore. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're right. They are special. Just holding those. I had to wait.
Were the WWE games black as well?
No Mercy was black.
Yeah.
Yup.
Hardcore. Just Pokemon Blue. That just blue of that cartridge. Man. Man, that felt special. Yeah. I mean, because all your other games are gray. It's almost.
Yeah.
Genesis cartridges were black, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
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 Like normally black.
Oh, you know what kind of ties into that is that 30th anniversary Street Fighter 2 that was announced as a red cart that burns up your Super Nintendo console.
A bunch of colors though. That's strange. Like I keep seeing like new tweets with different colors for that cartridge.
So here's what I know of is the big release of the red, and then there like 5,500 of them are glow in the dark Blanca colored.
Okay.
So what's the other one?
Maybe there's just the two.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Glow in the dark.
But
So you order the red, and then 5,500 lucky people get the glow in the dark Blanca edition.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
the thing, yeah, that's
you do, don't
disclaimer
play it.
on that. I don't understand what that's about. Like, is
It's
there
just special, dude.
Is there something weird with the cartridge?
Oh, the burning thing.
Yeah.
I
Or
s-
are they just like saying that you really shouldn't plug in a Super Nintendo in 2017?
No, I saw some theories on it, Blood, in that it like uses a different power, like it's sending more power to the actual console than the actual old carts. And so
Okay.
there's some pieces inside of that cart that are not
Oh,
identical.
it's not just
to
the paint itself?
Right.
I thought it
is.
might be that.
It's an
That-
actual
They're like
reproduction of
taking
the
old
cartridge.
cartridges and painting over the paint, and
Right.
so that one.
But he's saying it's
Well.
the circuit boards are they're probably just you can't make them be perfect
Right.
now, like with today's components.
And so they're sending a lot of juice into the system that it wasn't designed to be have sent into it.
This
And
week's bet.
it still seems
I'm gonna
weird.
put that cartridge into Super Nintendo.
How long till it burns?
How long until it lights on fire?
You know what I'm in. Let's do it, Jones.
Yeah, them specifically warning to have a fire extinguisher on hand is so scary.
Bet 2 days is mine. 2 days.
You just leave it
Put a webcam on it. Sure, let's do it.
I mean, it's really at that point, should you tell people that it's playable? Like, should you have like a little? Like,
If there's a 1% chance of it burning down a house, no. Like, don't play it.
Don't
Right.
play it.
Yes, if there's a 1%
like that
chance.
cartridge slot should have
Yeah.
like a key
Yeah.
to like open it up and stick it into the Super Nintendo.
Download one of the many versions of that
Yeah.
game instead.
Yeah. I think, it's special to own. It's special to know it could work, but yeah, don't.
But it's funny to warn people about using an object in the sole purpose that it was created for. It's like, and you get your commemorative edition framed artwork. Do not hang on walls. It's like,
This
oh,
could
lots of different
destroy
reasons,
your
but just
wall,
don't-
yeah.
don't do it.
Jones, it is exactly. Yeah. How strange. It's all. Yeah, you're right. It defeats the purpose entirely. It's kind of like we can do it, but we'll have to do this. Like, oh well, I guess we got to do it. It's like don't.
But it's a fire.
Yeah.
Or make it like bigger, smaller,
fire.
like a keychain thing or
Yeah,
something.
it's
like
no
that,
joke.
yeah.
It's going to ruin your Super Nintendo and light your house on fire.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Woo. Just don't.
It's a hot game.
Yep. Figure out a way to don't release it until it does. We have a pretty juicy one here. This is, you know what? I'm gonna say spicy instead of juicy. We got juicy, we got spicy. This is spicy. This is on the spicy spectrum.
Oh boy.
Greetings from Houston, allies.
Oh.
Oh yeah, from someone from Houston. I hope you're okay. Hope things are going okay. Bloodstained. Ritual of the Night makes me mad. Good topic sentence.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
okay.
like that. Don't get me wrong, I adore Castlevania and think the game will be fantastic. However, it
Okay.
frustrates me that after leaving behind old franchises such as Castlevania, Banjo-Kazooie, Mega Man, etc., that esteemed creators will try to create something so thematically similar or similar in a gameplay department. Both Banjo-Kazooie and Yooka-Laylee star a jolly bipedal animal who has a sassy flying sidekick who they use for power-ups. Both have the same bouncy, quirky soundtrack, not to mention they're nearly identical in design. While the similarities don't necessarily dictate the quality of said games, as someone who considers themselves an artist, it's baffling to me that these wonderfully creative individuals would want their next project to be so similar to the previous work that it enters knockoff territory. Why do you think this is, and does it bother you the same way it does me? Would you rather see them iterate in a completely new genre of style, or stick to the status quo? Love and respect, Davis.
I'm wondering if Igarashi loves Castlevania so much, and this is a way for him to do a Castlevania game with complete control. So maybe that's.
But don't you want to see him do anything that's on a side-scrolling? You get experience for whipping things or hitting things with your sword inside of a huge building that has the exact same map as all the others. Do you think he's limiting himself as an artist?
Maybe, but if that's what he loves, like artists stick to what they do. They stick to what they love, like anywhere from musicians to filmmakers. Like Tarantino has a very specific style. Sure, he branches out in different time periods, but he still has that style of filmmaking that he does. So, it's hard to ask a creative person to create something different.
I wish I could. There's a very recent relevant example of this. The Stamper Brothers, right, of Rare.
Yeah.
They have just today announced a game. I didn't pull it in.
Oh.
And it looks just like Donkey Kong Country. In fact, you're playing a crocodile that looks like a Kremlin, and that's your character. It looks like you play it by tapping, so I think it's mobile based. Oh, I should have pulled it. I should have pulled that name.
That's funny for those guys to pop out of retirement and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're making a Donkey Kong Country game. Same kind of thing. Like, why are you making this?
That one's weirder to me than the others.
How come?
Because the others, there's this sense that these creators more or less left their companies because what their projects, the things that they've invested all this time in, weren't going to get greenlit.
Yeah.
They didn't have any future for this franchise with the publisher. So it's like, all right,
yeah.
I'm just going to go make it on my own then.
Right. It seems like Microsoft had no interest in making a regular old Banjo-Kazooie game.
Right.
Yeah. I hear you. And same with Konami and making a Castlevania game. Jones, how do you feel about this as an artist yourself?
I go along with Huber. Like stuff like this doesn't really upset me, especially because it's fun. If somebody made like a trend of it, if somebody literally made like 5 copycat games in a row and they were just clearly stuck in a rut, and you're like, come on. But if it's just that one opportunity, like I'm always willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. The only thing specifically about Bloodstained, it's interesting they bring that up as an example, is it's like there are some artistic components to that game that I'm like, come on. Like you boot up the menu and it's like you could have made this look a little different. The lines that surround like items that you pick up, like the little like details in the corner, like are almost identical to Symphony. Like
sure.
the selecting things, the sound effects and the menus. That it's not a thing where I'm like, gosh, it really feels like you've stunted yourself creatively, or like, I want to see you grow more. It's like, this is really hard for me to get Symphony out of my head right now, and I really want to get absorbed in this, especially because it's not just a throwaway story. It's actually kind of an interesting story about how she gets her powers, and there is kind of like a pain component to it, where like it looks like she's being attacked or almost like hurting herself, kind of like in a Shadow of the Colossus kind of a way of like trying to get stronger and gain new abilities and stuff like that. And like when it's in those moments, I'm like, oh, this is fascinating. It feels fresh and new. And then like somebody dies or I level up, and it's like, that's the same sound effect.
So can I put on my business suit? Can I talk about brands?
Corporate Kyle, let's go.
I think they made the right call. I think you're making way more money with Ukulele looking as close to Banjo-Kazooie as possible.
100%.
I think you're making the most money. You're optimizing the money you can make, making it as close. So like another thing is these are crowdfunded games.
Yeah.
And the way to make money, the way to get eyeballs is to look as close to those things as they did before. Mighty Number 9 needed to look identical to Mega Man, to show that I'm making a Mega Man game. Yeah, exactly. If it's just I'm making this weird game where you're just you're a little cotton puff and you float off into space, and when the cotton puff runs into alien species, it can tickle them, and their laughter creates experience points, and you're like, shut up, make a Mega Man game. And so it's like that, I kind of think they're doing the right thing to make money. And so I get it. I totally get it. I'm not disappointed in them.
Well, and I think to kind of piggyback on that, I think it's a smart place to start. To start with a foundation that people are familiar with, people are going to get on board with. And then once people have played a Bloodstained or a Ukulele and they know what that is, then hopefully there's enough momentum to where your next game can be more creative, and hopefully that they actually go in that direction and not just keep making more of the same.
Good point, Blood. I think that the reception to Ukulele was more chilly than I expected.
Right.
But I still think Playtonic announces their next game and everybody's all in. I agree with you there. I think that we're excited to see their next game. We're super excited to... Well, I mean, Bloodstained is not out yet. But yeah, like, why not be really excited?
Oh, we're all going to give it a shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing too is that like Mega Man's in an interesting position because I'm speaking completely out of turn because I did not grow up with Mega Man. That was not one of my favorite franchises growing up. But like it seems more likely that Capcom might suddenly release a new Mega Man or might do something interesting with the franchise where like there are no more Banjos coming out. There are no more Castlevanias coming out.
Yeah.
Like that'll be very rare. You'll get some weird, pachinko mobile Castlevania game, but like
Capcom definitely has that branding. They keep that alive. But what is it? What was the other Nindy that was announced? Red Dragon something. Dragon.
Yeah, baby, that game looks awesome.
They're like Mega Man Zero developers.
Yes. Yeah.
Who also did
Inti Creates.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, so they did work on some of these other games then too, right?
Inti Creates worked on a lot of this stuff. Yeah. They worked on Mighty Number 9 as well as cool games. Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that a lot of those developers aren't at Capcom anymore. So obviously Capcom, they could get the Shovel Knight guys, to make a new Mega Man game, or they could find other developers who'd be interested in that.
No way they're for sale.
Huh?
No way Shovel Knight. What is the name of the studio, by the way?
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club,
thank you. They're not for sale.
I'm not saying they're for
Capcom's
sale, but I'm saying like they hire that developer to make a Mega Man game because
they'd say no. They say get lost. We're making our own stuff.
We're making Shovel Knight 2.
We're getting Amiibo made.
You're telling me that Yacht Club Games wouldn't take a huge contract?
Yes, I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Whoa, sounds like a bet.
Well, that's a hard bet to. I would never win that bet because it'll never happen. Blood, here's why. Is because Nintendo is supporting their franchise with Amiibo. I think that's huge. Yacht Club has a franchise, a video game franchise. They launched themselves, their own IP.
Yeah.
I think that's way
Shovel Knight
huger.
Amiibo?
That has 4 amiibo.
So hype, dude.
Yeah.
I bet they're just like, what?
Yeah, I think because
so
that's
cool.
why. That's why. I think they're just like too successful.
Kratos in Shovel Knight?
Yeah.
So cool.
But going back to the Stamper Bros, I wish I could remember this game so everybody could Google it. It does make that so much more weak blood because Tropical Freeze is so great.
Right.
It's like not like Nintendo has abandoned Donkey Kong Country at all.
Yeah.
Those games are still coming out and they're still super good. And so it is kind of funny to just be like, well, we want to keep doing that. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
And with Bloodstained, like we are getting really good Metroidvania games, Axiom Verge, Hollow Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, but nothing that like is clearly a ripoff of Castlevania in that style. And so, you know, him bringing this is not like, oh, you're doing your take, okay. It's like it feels good to go back, and so all of my stylistic complaints that I would raise against that are moot because I'm gonna play it. So, I can complain all I want, but I'm there day one.
What a nightmare. It's time for bets. By the way, thank you to everybody who submits love and respect. Those are $5 and up patrons of our Patreon at Easy Allies. Patreon.com/Easy Allies. And yeah, so they submit a bunch. I pluck 2 or 3, put them in the show, and it's fun. Always fun topics to launch off from.
Yeah, we've had some great games lately.
Yeah. The cart game was fun. That was a fun game.
I accidentally, because I print that out every week.
So you
And when the
peek ahead.
pages are printing out, I saw that color game and was like, ooh, and we didn't play it last week. And I was like, oh, I want to play that
Oh,
one.
yeah. I pulled it a couple weeks in a row. You're right. Yeah.
It was a fun one.
Wait, so you cheated then?
I just saw the headline.
You clearly didn't cheat with the way you performed.
No.
Yep.
Harsh.
Proof is, performance.
So Destiny 2 releases on a Wednesday. Very unusual.
It is.
Yeah, there are people.
Hour and 45 minutes ago.
Yep. Huber is dying to play this game. It's true. It releases Wednesday, the day this podcast launches, September 6th. What will the trophy percentage be for the following trophy? Long and Winding Road. Reach level 20. Brandon Jones.
I'm a dummy. I think this is way low. 8%.
Daniel Bloodworth.
I'm going high. 65%.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a range.
I'm also going really high. 74.3.
Okay, Jones, I think we got a shot, buddy, but I don't know, because I said 22%.
Okay.
All right, let me lock those in. Ooh.
think
Can I
these
tell you
dudes
something?
Are way low.
Yeah. When Jones revealed his number, Huber looks both ways.
Like, whoa, Jones.
Yeah.
8%.
Yeah.
It's the kind of like somebody left a $100 bill on the sidewalk, and you're like, hold on, what?
Should I take this?
Yeah, that is exactly the expression
Yeah.
he made.
Here-
when Jones
here's the
made that
thing.
bet.
Yeah.
Ben went to Seattle to play Destiny 2 early for the preview.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit that
Oh no.
while he was up there. That was the whole point, is to get up there.
And I'm thinking of Destiny 1, like you hit level cap before you beat the game.
But nobody beats a game in a week. Regular people, we got to think of regular people. That's who
Regular
these percentages
people
are.
aren't buying Destiny on day
The
one.
fever of Destiny 2 right now is max.
Can't win
I'm
them
so
all.
mad about that.
Can't win them all. But that was my thinking.
guys
Yeah,
could
it's
still
either
win.
8% or 80. There's no middle
Yeah.
ground. It's either everybody or nobody.
It could be like 40 or
I'm
something.
nervous. I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. Let's talk about last week's bet. Had a bet about Knack 2.
Oh,
Knack 2 released September 5th this week. How long, our bet was about, how long will it be until Knack speaks? Oh, yeah. Brandon Jones, you bet it would be 22 seconds. Damiani, in your seat, Blood, bet 42 seconds. Bradley Ellis bet 1 minute and 30 seconds. I bet 1 minute and 8 seconds. Blood, what do you think? How long did it take for Knack to talk?
oh gosh. I'd say pretty low, like 30 seconds maybe.
Huber counted this for us. He's reviewing Knack 2. He was very nice.
I've seen enough Knack in the last 2 days
Yeah.
to never want to hear him speak again.
Whoa.
We're doing a full playthrough.
I
buddy.
know.
Okay.
Get ready.
Knack speaks. 1 minute and 37 seconds into Knack 2. That's a huge run, huge home run for Brad, who bet 130.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Knack 2 is a solid game. Our review should be going up this week.
Hey, don't do any promotions before it's promotion time.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's good to
But
promote.
he is in the right chair, right?
It's good to promote. Yeah, Huber's in that winning seat. Yeah, he used it up. You don't get to promote anything. So the Purple Platypi now have 16 points. Ooh, that was good. I think that win fired you up. Red Eagles 20. Caca! They're 4 back, Jones.
I know. No, I
And
know.
with this Destiny 2 bet, they're going to be 3 back.
Yeah. But then they lose Dawn, right? At 2?
They lose Dawn at 2. Yeah. So yeah, ooh.
So win at your own peril.
Though, again, no Don again this week. I called him on the phone. We missed him before he left, and I called him. He did not return my call. So, what's up?
Probably driving.
Oh, yeah, he was
home.
driving. He did the right thing and not picking up. But, yeah, we do not have a Don bet. Let me talk about a little further, patreon.com/Easy Eyes, and what Easy Eyes is. How we do what we do. We're not just this podcast. We are a YouTube channel where we post lots of videos, reviews, previews, Dungeons and Dragons. And we're also a website where you can go and see all those videos. You can see our schedule in your own time zone, all the things that are coming up on our YouTube channel, the videos we're making, but also the live streams. We're also on Twitch. We do a lot of live streaming all the time. And so, yeah, twitch.tv/Easy Eyes is where you can go to check out that stuff. Mm-hmm. Did I miss anything? I think that encompasses all of us.
That's pretty. Yeah, I mean there are more things, but it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. There are more things. There's even more than what I just said. Michael Huber, because you were sitting in that Brandon Jones seat. Oh, no, let's talk about goals. Sorry. Did you reach your goal? What was your goal? I forgot. Oh,
To talk about Star
Harry
Wars?
Potter and Star Wars.
And Harry
Oh, yeah,
Potter.
dude. No.
We talked about Sifo-Dyas for a second.
I
but-
talked about Sifo-Dyas.
Yeah.
You barely talked about
I
him.
know.
0 for 2.
I know.
Yeah.
Steve, right 2.
Daniel Bloodworth, how did you do on your goal of picking Huber's brain?
I did good. I picked his brain about H1Z1.
Oh, nice. Brandon Jones, how did you...
Oversaturated.
What was the stupid phrase? What was your goal?
Wow. Unexpected.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times.
I swear your goal is secretly to sabotage this podcast.
Have
with
you
your
liked
goals.
any of my goals the last 8 episodes? What? I'm just gonna run it by. You pick my goal next week. How about
Can
that?
I pick your goal right
yeah,
now?
Yeah. That's
okay. All right.
You're
So
gonna
everybody,
pick my goal for next week.
Are you ready for Brandon Jones's next goal for next week? It is to actively improve the podcast.
Whoa.
That is Brandon Jones. So
Flight.
at some point in the podcast, you have to make a clear decision. Right now, I'm going to actively improve this podcast.
All right.
Okay.
Who's on
You're not
next?
gonna like what I do.
I know.
Sure.
Who's on next week?
So I'm gonna be really proud of myself at the end, and you're still not gonna be happy. So I don't know what that
I
accomplishes.
think it's Brad and
but yeah,
Damiani, right? Is that next week? Is Brad and Damiani?
Wait, didn't you see Damiani was in the seat? Brad Damiani
Oh,
was
right.
last week. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be
Ian and Ben.
Ian and Ben. Yep.
Holy moly.
So something's gonna go off the rails, and Jones is gonna have to get it back on.
My goal was to retire my catchphrase. What a nightmare, which has been retired. Had a good run.
Yeah.
But you got to keep your catchphrases fresh, and so yeah.
Didn't you say that before Castlevania?
He said
Or
it today.
Bloodstained?
Yeah,
but
it
that
was
was it.
retired. That was
That was
I
the
retired.
retirement.
Yeah.
Oh,
shelf.
okay.
Yeah. And so at episode 76, I have to find a new catchphrase. That may be my goal next week.
Hate to see it go, but love to watch it leave.
Ew.
My God.
Like the way that catchphrase wiggles out the door.
Yeah.
Huber.
You guys are crazy.
That is one fine catchphrase. Huber.
My God. You guys are out of control.
We're nutty. You know what? I've lost my wits.
Yeah.
I lost my wits before this podcast. I've been pretending.
It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
Yeah, I've been pretending to have my
Looney
wits
Tunes.
still.
In 3 weeks, when I'm on the podcast again,
Yeah.
my goal is to have you reach your wit's end.
Push him too far.
This is a phrase I said out loud during our 50-hour marathon. I said, I am at my wits' end. And I meant it. Hubert.
Knack 2's coming up. We got some wits ends coming up.
Oh, that's a marathon. You're in Brad's seat. You get the right responsibility to share your Twitter handle with the world. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with or simply want to reiterate. You get to promote any Easy Allies video you would like to promote, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign off.
Okay.
Take it away.
I'm at Michael P. Huber. Final word is pretty jolly podcast. I didn't disagree with anything today, I don't think.
So what do you want to reiterate?
Reiterate.
What do you want to pass on?
Nintendo, man, make more SNES classics to carry on the legacy of older games to the next generation of gamers that didn't get an opportunity to play these classics, please. Okay. Then what?
You get to promote a thing.
The Thing, Knack 2 full playthrough this Friday, the 8th of September. Tentative 4 p.m. start.
Just check EasyAllies.com.
Check EasyAllies.com for the exact start time. It's going to be between 4 and 7 p.m. Pacific time, somewhere around there, for a full, complete, one-sitting playthrough
No
of
sleep till
Knack
credits.
2 co-op. No sleep until the credits are done.
Someone might end up being asleep.
Yeah, somebody
find
will
out
sleep.
who.
It will
Somebody's
not be us.
sleeping.
The co-op, Huber, I'm excited to just like punch pieces through the other knack.
For sure.
There's cool stuff in that co-op.
Full co-op abilities.
Yes.
That are, yeah. It's
Co-op
not just
abilities.
it's not just like here's another version of you. It's you guys can
You can do stuff.
do stuff.
I mean, it is here's another version of you, but yeah.
Yeah. And he has no part in the story, I
That's
believe.
true.
Yeah, he's just a made-up little double.
for sure.
Something's up. Oh, he's up. It's coming over.
Expecto Patronum!
I am enjoying these microtransactions.